Hi, this is Dave Bennett, and I'm going to pick up where we left off about a month and a half ago. We opened this up, this offer, and we took in, it was like 27 orders in the first 5 hours. So we actually had to shut it down. Some of you guys might have remembered this thing came out. Then when you came to see the video, it was deleted again, and the page was marked private. We had to literally privatize this thing, put it somewhere else, kind of hide it so that we could streamline what we were doing, get our work in order before we could come back and re-release. Well, we're there now, a month and a half later, and I want to show you just how amazing this is, because you can make so much money so fast with this, which is why we went in this direction. First, let me say this. If you have not seen this video, see it, because we're still talking about this right here. We're just refining it. So make sure you see that first. So how do you get there? Well, if you land on our website in the first place, put a slash LPE for landing pages expansion or landing page expansion project. This is just a loose name for it, landing page expansion. Okay, that brings you here. Watch this video first. It's about 40 minutes long. It's truly exciting and interesting stuff, and it's certainly worth watching. It's developed from the best practices of 4 multimillionaires who earn from our software right now. Okay, so we took a lot of little tips and tricks and ideas from them as well as what we knew and organized our own really serious project. Okay, I'm going to show you through that soon. Having said that, let's talk about AdWords. Why? Because there's a terrific amount of money in AdWords, and you can start making money overnight with AdWords. And you can do it especially if you're doing it on behalf of a company that's willing to pay you, because even if you had no money for AdWords really, if you can show some people some landing pages and they're willing to test it with their own AdWords budgets and they find that your landing pages outperform theirs, they are ready to pay you for them, rent them from you, or if you're going to run the AdWords after all, then they'll pay you for the leads. Okay, pay for performance marketing. Get paid to get traffic to other people cheaper or better than they could have done it themselves. Okay, so let me just show you an example of how that works so that when you see what we're going to do, it'll make sense. Okay, let's take some keyword. Okay, and that's Sell My House Fast Tacoma. One of the projects that we've been working on, actually several, have been based specifically on the distressed homes industry. These are the guys who will buy your home if you're going through divorce, bankruptcy, foreclosure, or you inherited a mortgage that you cannot afford. In any of those cases, the idea is you have a mortgage you cannot afford and you need to get rid of the house. Okay, you're not trying to make money on it. You're trying to get rid of that second mortgage because it's a problem for you. Okay, so these guys swoop in and buy your home up, and it'll be a win-win. That's the idea. They're not trying to be vultures. They're trying to pay you enough for you to keep your shirt on, okay, but not more, right? They're just trying to solve the problem for you, okay? Anyway, you would think that guys like that who are making healthy chunks of money turning around and selling those homes later, right, would be geniuses with their landing pages for their AdWords, and that these guys would really know how to set up AdWords with great quality scores. For those who don't know what that means, real quick, let me explain it. AdWords, okay, people are paying for those. They're paying every time you click the ad, all right? That's different than organic results. These guys are paying when you click the ad, okay? Now, how much are they going to pay? That's a war between them, okay? So whoever's willing to pay the most should rank the highest, you would think. But it's not that simple, because Google also cares about the quality experience and most of all, the relationship between the keyword and the page of your site that you're leading people to. Okay, keyword versus the page of your site. And if it wasn't for quality score, then whoever's paying the highest would just be in the highest position. But that would stink, because then everyone would pay to the point of profit. Here's what I mean. Let's make it simple. Say they were selling jackets. The jackets cost $600 each and they make $100 profit each on sale. Say it takes, who knows, up to 100 clicks before somebody goes, yeah, that jacket's for me, and they buy it, and you make your $100. Well, if it was 100 clicks to get that jacket for $100, that would be $1 a click, right? You would need to be able to spend $1 a click or less in that case. All right, well, what happens if you were the only guy there, lucky you, and you're paying 50 cents a click? So then every time you spend $100, you make, or every time you spend 50, you make 100 back. So you're doubling your money every time you spend that much money, and that's awesome. But then see somebody else notices and they come along too. And then they go, well, you're paying 50 cents a click and I want to outrank you. I want to try to take some of your sales away or all of them. So I'm going to pay 51 cents a click. And they find they're outranking you at 51 cents a click. Now, they're going to get less profit than you, slightly, right? Theoretically, I'm just trying to make this simple, apples to apples. They're going to make less profit, but they're still making plenty of profit. And then you go, oh my gosh, I'm losing money. You see, the moment they did that, you notice. So now you're paying 52 cents a click. Criminy. Well, where do you think this goes? 55 cents a click, 60 cents a click, 65, 70, 75, 80. What happens when it gets to $1 a click though? One of you is paying 99 cents a click and crying because you're making a penny. The other of you is paying $1 a click and breaking even and just continuing to pay it in hopes that the other guy gives up first and just goes away. So sometimes guys kind of give up and then they come back like a week later and they start it again. So these guys often go on a wild roller coaster ride where they're bidding against each other. Or they just sort of quietly find their places and stop right cold right there. Well, that would be the way it works, except for what? Quality score. The better the quality score between the keyword and the page, then the less you pay. How much is that relationship? It's absolutely huge. For the same position, whether you're in position 1, 2, or 3, let's say that Google suggested you should be paying $4 a click for position 3 on that keyword, just so you know. Like if you wanted to bid on this keyword, you should be paying $4 a click to be right here, right? Because the other guy's surrounding you. Well, you could be paying anywhere from $16 a click. That's 400% too much, 40% over. If your quality score is a 1 out of 10. But if your quality score is a 10 out of 10, you could be paying $2 a click. So the difference is literally between $16 a click and $2 a click, surrounding the $4 a click marker, right? Well, that just changed everything about our apples to apples example. If they're all effectively selling the same thing and they're making the same amount, right, then one of them can afford to stay in the game when another one cannot. All right, and then some of these guys can afford to stay in the game by having other ideas. What if they can sell related things or start picking up some organic results? So I'm going to start to show you how that goes. But here's the point. Quality score is what changes the whole game, because the higher the quality score you have, the better off. Now, what is the difference if you can get someone's quality score up a couple of points and you can drop their cost by like half on the ads? Let me see if I can make this point really, really clear really fast. Knew a guy was paying for cataract eye drops, ads for cataract eye drops. That's what he was selling. So he was doing about $1,000 a day, okay, times 30 days a month. Okay, so he was spending about $30,000 a month to get about $50,000 a month in revenue. Okay, so minus the $30,000 expense left him with 20 grand and his hard costs per month, the ones he could not really avoid, let's just assume it was all hard costs, not variable for simplicity, was $12,000 a month. That's the cost of running the business, and that left him with about $8,000 a month. You take 8,000 times 12, and he was making almost 100,000 a month, or 100,000 a year. Okay, so the question is this: what if we could get his quality score up a couple of points and drop him from paying, paying his, instead of having to pay $1,000 a day, he only had to pay half for every click on average. Just half, not even 1/8, just half. Then here's the point. Instead of paying $30,000 a month, he pays $15,000 a month to get his $50,000 in revenue. Minus the 15. And then for simplicity's sake, we're saying minus the 12,000 hard costs. Now how much is he making? 23,000 a month. Multiply that out times 12, and what do you get? 276,000 a year. Minus the original 96,000 a year. that he was making before equals 180,000 more a year he's making, which if we divide it out by the month, that's 15,000 more a month, isn't it? The very 15,000 we figured out how to save him. Would he be willing to pay us half of that every month if we could pull that off for him? Yep, because he's still going to make 7,500 plus 8,000 equals times 12 equals 186,000 or 100,000, what, like 90,000 more than he would have made before. You get it now? So any one of these guys would be willing to make a deal like that with you or me, okay? Any one of them. How do we make that happen for a guy like that? And there are plenty of ways to make income off of this angle. I'm just showing you one. There's so many ways to do this. It's not funny. I'm going to show you what this is like. Okay, these guys, do they have good landing pages or quality or lousy landing pages? And the answer is, let's take a look. So let's take a look at this first guy here. Oh man, okay, he's got some video that's nice, and he's got some links to some other pages. That's nice, but this page by itself, this sucks. There's like 20 words on this page. So this page is going to have a really bad landing page score. The things that improve it, the video improves it. And the fact that it has some other links on it improves it. But I already jumped ahead anyway and checked out this guy's website. They have like no organic backing whatsoever. They're ranking for basically nothing. They have no site authority, and this is just a lousy quality score. Whatever it is that they're paying a lot. And I'm actually going to show you a graph of what they're paying, the estimation of what they're paying per click from a system that tracks this stuff. It's interesting to see these things. Okay. Again, they're being compared, though, their quality score against their competitors, right? Because they're in a bidding competition against their competitors. If it was only one guy up there, he'd be paying like $1 a click. It wouldn't even matter what his quality score was because there'd be nobody to compete with. But because of the competition, at least two of them up there, then you've got a bidding war on. And the guy with the best landing score is going to pay the least for the best placement. Again, look at this. There's like 20 words on this page, maybe 30, and no links to other pages that I can see. Maybe that's a link. It's probably a link to his front page or something. No, that actually sits right here. It's the same link. All right, and then one video. So if we just think about it that way, this guy's paying more per click than that guy, which might explain why he's in the second place instead of the top place. He may just have to in order to stay competitive at all. He just has to give up and accept second place. Now, that's not really sensible. If I keep refreshing the page, it's a new auction every time the page refreshes. And these guys, they'll advertise at slightly different times and stuff. Just depends on when they're going to be around for phone calls. So, it'll move up and down, but the amounts these guys are paying per click, I'd hate to guess. Now, what about this guy? He had it worst of all. He has very little going on in the background, very few pages on the site. He's got a couple of videos. It's kind of nice, but nothing else is there. There's no links to anything else, no site authority. This is just really, really bad. All right, so I'm seeing 1, 2, 3 bad guys. They're the top 3, okay? The top 3, right? So any one of these guys, how do we make them happy and loyal to us? We help them outcompete the others, right? If we were to take this guy right here and get his attention, get him to listen, or show him something he didn't see before, or just set it up on our own and put a few bucks through it with his phone number on it. We create the better landing page, put his phone number on it, send him some leads, then call him and say, do I have your attention now? Listen to me. Here's how much I'm paying for each click. What are you paying? How about you listen to me now? And we talk about this because I can get you to outcompete these other guys hard and fast. Now, who knows? I don't have any loyalty to any one of them in particular. I'm just telling you that this is how this goes. No matter what the industry or the location, this is how you do it. Question is, how hard is it to do something like that? And the answer is not hard at all. Now, I want to show you about this website real fast. WeBuyHouses.com. This isn't any one of those. These guys have probably a much better landing score, and they did something different. See how they have like 18,600 pages on their site? They are getting they got it right. At one point, they decided to go and get a lot of organic results and then get the AdWords to the level they wanted to maximize the gains on the AdWords as well. Okay. And then what we're going to do right after this, I want to make sure I don't bore you. And believe me, you won't be bored. We're going to walk in here. We're going to build a better landing page than they have in their industry, basically in the next handful of, well, like a minute or two. I'm going to explain what I'm doing as I go. I just want to show you that it's like that. When you get a project from us for an industry of your choice, and you can use it anywhere nationwide in an industry you know, and you just decide, I want to beat the rest of the guys' landing pages, it doesn't matter what the industry is. Go look up any keyword and start clicking it. Right-click the ads and open them in new tabs. Believe me, it's worth it. You might think, wow, I can't believe I'm costing this guy some money. But the answer is, whoever's going to listen to you is going to be so happy that you went and checked their stuff out and built a project for them. You could even do a single project that benefits all of them. There are a lot of ways that works, and I'll just save that for another topic because it's a whole list. The ways you can make money with this, so you know, as soon as you start thinking about it, it'll blow your mind. So having said all that, let me just come back to this real fast. Where have I got it? Here. Okay, let me just show you. These are some of those results. We buy uglyhousesfast.com. Okay, organic keywords. That's the guy with a cave, like the caveman, right? That's this guy right here, where I said this is probably one of the worst. It's one of the worst. He's showing up for maybe 17 organic keywords. Okay, and here's basically how his traffic looks: organic versus paid, the blue, right? He's got like no organic clicks whatsoever. Okay, he's paying for all of his ads. Now, he's been working his way up that ladder, reinvesting into his campaign as he goes. May have gotten started about 10 months ago and just conservatively build his way up as he goes. Okay, he's at the point of 8245 paid keywords, right? So he's getting about 6,000 clicks a month total because he's not getting anything over here. He's getting about 6,000 clicks, we're estimating. We could be off a bit, but we've got the general concept right. 6,000 clicks are costing him probably in the neighborhood of 21,000. Well, if you do the math, that's like $3.50 per click. Okay, an average of $3.50 per click. Okay, and no organic traffic to offset it at all. How's that compared to the next guy? This is ideal. Remember how I said we buy houses? Got like 18,600 pages on their site. Okay, they absolutely are getting a lot going on. Look at this, 79% organic clicks. Okay, and then the rest are paid ads. Now notice how as the organic traffic went up, they could drop down the AdWords budget some. Now, 2 points I want to make. One, you might say, why is this? And the answer is, don't worry about that. We're only halfway through this month. So by the end of the month, this fall will probably be like even here. I mean, if it's already that high, it could be way up here. Okay? So this could be on a way up here. All right? So don't worry about that drop off. Doesn't mean anything. We're only halfway through the month. Second of all, of course, they've got whatever target they need to make to stay in business. But do you think that they were making the same money back here that they're making today? The answer is probably not at all. See, back here they were probably making, I don't know, $50,000 a month between the two. Now they're probably making like $150,000 a month between the two. You might say, why? Well, the answer is this. They went up on organics a ton, and they probably realized that they were overpaying on AdWords as they went up on organics. There's a bell curve, right? There's only so much you can pay into your AdWords campaigns before you're overpaying, okay? So then they kind of brought it down to compensate, and they found their way, okay? So there, they could probably drop the AdWords off altogether and still be at their old target, okay? They probably wouldn't even have to spend money on AdWords. But if they did that, they'd lose money because they're probably spending who knows how much. Look at this. Estimated AdWords budget, 13K. Okay, get them about 4,000 hits. So 4,000 hits, 13 grand, slightly over $3 a click, but less than $3.50 a click. Okay, so when these guys are outranking the other guys flat on the page, right on that original page, okay, if they are, but they are at this moment, okay, then this explains it to some degree, right? You see why. They're literally paying a little less per click. But on top of all of this, they're getting another 15,000 clicks over here from regular rate, worth 33,000 a month, okay, worth that. Okay, so this is the kind of curve any company wants. If we were to do these guys a huge favor and they were smart enough to say, I'll pay you for that, we could make this become this for them. They could drop down their AdWords as they start ranking organically. Get it? That's the goal. Okay, and that's the kind of thing we can do. Now let's push on. Okay, because we can do it for a lot of companies. These guys don't even know what they're doing yet. They haven't found their way. They don't even know really how to compete. So they're basically barely in the game at all. I don't even know if they have more than $100 a month going into this particular ad right now. Who knows? But these are the guys, these guys right here. Okay, they have like 7 pages on their website. All right, that's it. One of them's a contact us page. One of them's this page. All right. So yeah, they have very little happening right now. And they could use all the help they could get. Again, we could do huge things for them. Okay. This is kind of a neat example too. Tomorrow.com, they also have a lot of pages on their website, but those pages are very specific. They're like address based. Okay. So they got like a huge database of houses and pumped into their website. Well, okay, they got like 33,000 pages on their website, but they still have no site authority. And since those pages don't fit a keyword, they're specific to each house, then they don't rank for anything. No one's looking at the house addresses, okay? But the reason they did all those pages was probably so that they could match better. They could get each ad to match each page. So each keyword goes with each page in such a way that here's where they're at. 811 clicks, estimated, $668. Guess what? That's like 85 cents a click. They're paying like 85 cents a click. Okay? That means that they have found a really good way to match the pages with the keywords. Okay? By the way, real quick, for those who wonder, right, how in the world can you possibly even enter that many keywords? The answer is yes, you can easily do it at once. You can open Excel and you can fill out a column with all your geo-targeted keywords and another column with all the pages each one should point at. And then other columns for other reasons, you know, which ad group it belongs in, which campaign it belongs in, the times of day that each ad's supposed to run, the locations where each ad's supposed to run, etc. And you can upload it in your AdWords account and turn it on right then and there. No kidding. You can set the ads as active or inactive, you know, keywords, I'm sorry, set the keywords as active or inactive, keyword by keyword, page by page, okay? So literally, it can be done all at once if you have enough pages. If you already had 5,000 pages and you wanted to match them to 5,000 keywords because you built the pages to match the keywords, or build the keywords to match the pages to spread that net wide, then you can absolutely do it all at once. All right, that's pretty huge. Let me just show you one of the biggest examples of this. Is neat. These guys show up for like 6,600 keywords organically. That's here. And 17,700 paid keywords up here. They're only getting like 800 clicks though organically, and they're still paying like almost $3 a click, okay, over here. So they're huge, but they're working on that sheer mass, but even they could directly benefit by us lowering their costs by showing them a better landing page. I went and looked, their landing page, right? They have like 2, LP and LP2 were the names of the landing pages I saw. There might be an LP3 or 4. So if they have 17,000 keywords pointing at only 3 or 4 landing pages, then most of them are bound to be lower quality, and this is why they're paying so much per click. So again, if we could shave the cost down by half, right, maybe they'll make quadruple the profit, take-home pay, cash in pocket. And that was the exact instant, or the thing I was showing you for the cataract eye drop guy. If he was paying $30,000 a month to get $50,000 in sales and had $12,000 in hard costs, he's making $8,000 a month. But if we can get his quality score from a 4 to a 7, we can drop his costs 50%. So now if he's paying 15,000 in sales or 15,000 in ads to get 50,000 in sales, that's 35 grand left over minus the 12 grand hard cost is 23 grand a month. 23 grand a month instead of 8 grand a month. It's basically triple, nearly triple the cash that he gets to keep. See? So knocking AdWords down by half doesn't just double your income. It can triple it or quadruple it. Really depends on how much money you make per sale anyway, right? There you go. That's the whole point of that. Now, having said that, how do we build the better landing page than what we see? And what would that look like if we expanded that out? And that's the whole purpose of this project in the first place. You order from us an industry and we create the whole thing for you and hand it to you with a builder so you can keep creating at will for free on your own. Let me show you the general concept. Okay, for those of you who haven't seen it, we have covered so much ground with this, it's not even funny. We have a system called O-Landing, and we just took and made the most incredible builder with us over the course of time. We kept improving upon it. So watch this. I'm going to start here with that industry, by the way. I'm just going to do it. So all blocks. There's like 50 blocks in here. Okay, these are all elements that can be used to form any combination of landing pages. I can mix and match these to make tons of landing pages, and I can check them against each other at like $2 a click and just see which ones are outperforming which, right? Let's say I wanted to take something like this, okay, and just put it out, kind of get it going, kind of see what it looks like if I want. Surprising factors and local home values, especially true, It's unique content with a cool little face. Hey, that's a pretty cool start. What if I want to make it bigger though? Because this isn't enough. It's got 20 words on it, right? It's not going to have a great quality score unless I add to it. Let me add to it. Let me kind of open this up and look for something else I can use. Oh, I might take this. This is kind of cool. Let me see if I put that at the top. All right, they give some logo, which we could replace with a real logo. Here's Monday to Friday, 9 to 7, call, help, whatever. Great, awesome. This is helping me get started. Maybe now I want like a client logos below it. I really want to catch the attention, so watch this. I'm going to drop something like, yeah, we're on NBC, CBS, as seen on ABC, CBS, etc., right? Now I say, great, I got all that in play. Let me add something else. Maybe I'll take in some other element here. Let's just see what we got. All right, now I'm going to add some fire. I want more organic content. So the top tries to get the phone to ring, call. If you're not ready to call yet, let's start talking about it a little, okay? Let's make some good points just in case you're on the fence and don't know if this applies to you, okay? Now let's come down and add a little more fodder. I'm going to add more, right? I could throw in something else for the phone number now, or if I don't know if I'm ready for that, yeah, just to make the point simple, let me go ahead and do that. Let me just say, hey, call us at any time. I'm going to put it right there. Okay, we're here to buy your home fast. Contact us now to get our best offers, whatever the phone number is. Then what? Then I'm going to put in something else. So maybe I'll put in something about like our services, you know, how's that? I'm just going to put that in there. And this explains stuff in a different way or whatever, maybe for investing or something, who knows? Whatever I want to build at the moment out of these elements that were prepared for me. Maybe I want a video to go with that. Okay, there we go. So now I've got a cool video that goes with that, and I could change the wording. By the way, how easy is it to change wording on anything and stuff? Oh, that's pretty easy. Change your content by flipping over. Let's just point this out. Elements. That allows me to do stuff with the elements. Okay. If I flip to content, I can actually hit the content and just change the words and save. Okay. And then I can do that with anything. You know, I can just change the words and save, right? Just like that. Do I qualify for short sales? Who knows? Just to show you, you know, whatever I want. Save. Okay. And then I can change that too. Here's the point. Now, let's say I come down to this and I think, that phone number's all wrong. You know, fine. 800 123 4567. There you go. Our services, whatever they are, I can make these topics different. You know, whatever I want, really. I can just hop in here and change this really fast to anything. Copy and paste something in here that makes more sense. What else can I put in here? You know, maybe I want to put in like something about the testimonial block or so. By the way, all blocks just means all of these blocks. ATF means above the fold. That's where we intentionally put unique contents. Our copywriters hammered out that content uniquely on all these ATF blocks. So any one of these that you use, it's above the fold. It's meant to be unique content, so Google's happy with it. You can have more article-based stuff down below and standard print down below, but you always want to start your website off at the top with above the fold unique content. Okay, having said all that, can I keep going? Could I put other stuff in here? Yeah. In other words, can I make my quality score better than all of my competitors by simply continuing to add more stuff onto this page to make it better? Yep. And I'm doing that. See, that's the point I'm making. Now, having said that, let me go ahead and close it out. Sooner or later, I'm going to want to close it out. Maybe I'll close it out here with a footer. Okay, simple little footer. And then, by the way, I'm closing it out with a footer, but the footer's kind of the wrong color. So let me go over here to details real fast. And I can click on it. I can just change that color to something that I like. Maybe that'll make more sense. Apply. Yeah, fine. And I can do more, but that's enough for right now just to make the point, right? Let's see, I want to do some SEO something maybe. I'll put in like a page title, meta description, keywords. If I got schema, I'll stick it right there. Okay, and I can save it. Okay, then what can I do? Once I get that done, what can I do now? Save change. I can see what it looks like. Let's go ahead and preview it. Show the preview. There you go. By the way, we go through and make sure that there's no validation errors in any of the elements when we create them for you. We make sure that they all work for your industry in any combination you want, so you can make as many landing pages as you want. So you can test them against each other, or you can let someone else test them against each other to find which one they like the best. So how easy would it be for me to go change the phone numbers? And then if somebody just points out where their logo is, I'll go trade the logo out because it's easy. I mean, I'm sure you imagine that that's easy anyway, right? Let me get on elements and then details again. Click. Oh, that's right. Okay, there we go. Image. Just change the path, right, to wherever else, you know, or upload the image, select it, right? So take anyone's logo, upload it, and there it is. Okay. And so now what? You can export the page, and guess what? That makes it HTML. By the way, if you do have an email block in there, you can use it no matter what their email system is. If it's MailChimp, there's your MailChimp API key, the unique ID for each thing. It even tells you where to look to find the information. You have get response, put in your get response key. Okay, if you need information, get it here. Where's your campaign name? If you need that list of your campaigns, log in here. Okay, and see, got a reCAPTCHA key, put it there. Save it, export now. And you're going to wind up with that zip file, right? Let's see what that thing looks like. If I took this, WinZip, extract to here, I'm going to get, I should have put in a website folder, that's right. All right, but anyway, this is easier for you to see. So if I open this, okay, there you go. Now I can put this anywhere, all right? I can upload this to any website and it'll have maximized page speed, it'll have no coding errors, it'll be absolutely awesome. And they can get great results from it. And I can make it long enough and strong enough and big enough to overcome the competitors. Now let me show you what the real point is, because this is just what you can do anytime you feel like it, just by pressing some buttons. What about actually pushing it further? Because if you're getting a project from us, how hard can we push that project? Well, again, we were looking at their landing their landing pages with like 20 words on them, right? Crappy landing pages, right? And we're talking about how we can outdo them, and anyone can test them and make sure that they have a better quality score, and then sell them or rent them or use them to drive leads. Okay. If you don't even want to talk to them first, then just do it first. Do it. Put their phone number on and run it on your own AdWords campaign to get people to call them. Okay. Just do it for a day, for a handful of leads, you know, just for like 20 bucks or something. And as soon as you see that people are clicking through and actually clicking through or calling through, especially if you use forwarding phone numbers, because it's part of what we do, the whole idea there are entire networks of companies that have already signed up for you to drive traffic to their phone. Okay, and so we already have forwarding phone number systems in place that you will be a part of if you're getting in on this. And with your phone number, it will forward straight through to the young guy. And then whenever they're picking up the phone and talking to somebody, that's a good lead, and you get paid. Okay, so I don't care what the industry is. If they're paying 17 bucks a call, okay, and it's costing you $5 to get the person on average to the page and therefore call, you're paying $5 a click. You're making 12 bucks a click. You're making 12 bucks a click. So if you can get 100 clicks in a day, you make 1,200 bucks in a day. How's that? All right. So that's exactly the kind of thing that we can set up. You can do it for any company you want. You can do it for a network of people, and you can just keep doing more for anyone you want. You can empty the page, okay, delete. And by the way, you can save the project. So just for simplicity, let's say I'm importing one that already I had. So let me just go to my desktop. I'm sure I have one on here. Yeah, like demo, open, import. And it's going to overwrite whatever was here. Yeah. There you go. There's one I did earlier. Kind of the same, but shorter. Just didn't bring as much stuff across, right? So I can add to it now because I brought it in and just pull open the blocks and keep going with it. I can add 2, 3, 4, 5 banners going down the page, 2, 3, 4 videos going down the page. Whatever I want to do, I can do it. I can go into the source code of any of the blocks if I want to edit something very specific, like the actual YouTube video link or the something I wanted to edit specifically in the coding. I can do that. I can duplicate the block and then change one of them. Okay, whatever you want to do. You can make extra pages. You can add a page. You can even duplicate a page that exists and then just modify it. So you can actually make websites with this if you really want. Now let me show you just how far this thing really goes. Here's an example of a finished project. Okay. BMH dash, and it's like a first draft of a finished project. Okay. So this is that idea. Okay. Property in Aberdeen. We specialize in distressed homes. Call now. Okay. Local number, local companies out here. And by the way, if you use forwarding phone numbers, you can make different companies' phone numbers ring all at the same time. And the first one to answer is the one that winds up picking up that lead. So they're going to, at the end of the month, the report's going to break down how many calls went through each of them, and they're each going to pay for their own leads. Okay. So you can get several people to pitch in on the ads or send people to different things. Let me see. I'm going to go further down the page. I have information for the city right here, and then articles about distressed homes, information specifically dealing with an article and information about what that's like. And then I can go visit a guy. That's an external link. I can go to other pages on the same website that all have their own really cool phraseology for that page. Okay, like this. For sale by owner in Centralia, Washington. No home goes unsold with us. Goes through much of the same information, but it's unique content, so that's awesome. I can come down the page, and again, now I got Centralia city information, and sell your home articles and auction and get the best prices fast and The information for Centralia, Washington is right here. Interesting, isn't it? Read more about it. That's an external link to an authority site. So if I want to read more, I can just go here and read more. Okay, all this stuff is awesome. It treats the keyword of the city with as high an authority as the keyword of the topic, but it's way down here. Guess what? All this quality content with all these links, and they're different, by the way. If I were to look at a couple of these different pages and look at the last few links, for instance, they're different. Guess what? There's another video down here. Oh, and there's another video down here. Oh, and there's what we do and where we do it. And closely related topics, statewide topics, different keywords for different sites, so we can interweave different sites to get a lot more link juice and authority. And check this out. if we're going to check everything out, check this out. Look at all these links for that one project. These are all sitemaps, by the way. And if I click on any one of these sitemaps, okay, they're all the pages that relate to that phraseology. Sellers get the best prices and fast payment for your home, right? In all the different cities that we had a page for. So it's all related to that. Sellers get the best prices, inherited in Bremerton, discover motivated home sellers. The keywords are in the pages, in important places. The cities are specific, right? So if we're talking about Bremerton, Washington, that is because we're talking about Bremerton, Washington. And if I come down to it, Bremerton City information, information for Bremerton, Washington, articles, motivated home seller, which is really the same thing, but we're fixing it to the geo target. Best Bremerton realtor, links to other pages of the website. Okay, the videos that are down here, so that we just, our quality score is going to be massive, right? That's the whole point. All of this is done so that you get incredible quality scores. We just outbuild the websites and the pages. How many words have we got on a page like this? Control C. Okay, really. $2,741 words, 2741 times. How many pages? Well, let me show you, actually. Let's see. Okay, it's going to be there. Let me come up or down. I always forget where each thing is sometimes. Here we go. Let me get here, change master sitemap to .txt so I can actually see every link within all of the sitemaps. This makes it really, really easy to submit to Google Webmasters because I only have to submit one page for the absolute entire project if I want. So then let me just paste that as text. Oh, not the master sitemap, but the actual contents. Control-Alt, Control-C. Paste that as text. Okay, top one shows up twice because the first one actually acted like its own header. I'll go ahead and delete that. Okay, but then everything else is unique. How many pages? 4,547. So 4547 times 2741. Basically 12.5 million pages pitching us, or million words, sorry, pitching us, just in that one run. How long did that really take to build? A couple of hours because everything's pretty much pre-done, okay? But the fact of the matter is the real work was getting it all ready. See, once it was ready, it's easy to produce over and over and over again. But what do we have to do? What is it that you're paying us to do? Build this thing. You need all of these done for you. HTML validation checked, maximized page speed, optimized images that are resized. Everything is done correctly. The contents are uniquely written, so copywriters had to hammer out the content. Everything's put together in such a way that you can just start making landing page after landing page after landing page and saving all your projects and using them for any number of companies and putting whatever forwarding phone numbers, so that either it's the companies because they're renting the project from you, or your own because you're forwarding the calls to others. And by the way, let me just go through a fast list of how many different ways can you make money with this. See if you can keep up with this mentally really, really quick. Let's kind of get back and just remember what this means, especially if you're thinking AdWords. Fast ways to earn. Start by just searching for AdWords across the nation for the industry you want. Whatever you want us to build your builder for, we'll do it. We've built them for different industries. We'll keep building them for more. And it doesn't matter what your industry is. As long as it's not porn, as long as it's not bombs, firearms, because we're not really into that. We're not political, so we don't do that either. We're not religious. In other words, we don't do runs that are specifically religious or political or firearms or anything like that. But just standard industries, you know, plumbers, doctors, dentists, lawyers, anything else you want. Okay? So when we create your stuff, that'll be for you and your contents and your ability to rank your things easily. You can just drag and drop these until you have a better quality score than all the competitors. and they won't even know how to catch up or keep up. That's the whole point. And then you can produce these out with our projects. You can either do it or you can have us do it. Having said that, what have we got? Okay, check this out. Think about it real quick. Fast ways to earn. Search the AdWords. Look at how many people have bad landing pages, all from better landing pages. Show them yours, or just stick their phone number on and run it out, and then let them know you did when you get some hits. Show them the hits you're getting. Say, hey, you got some calls from me and you talked for a while, because we'll plug you into that so that you're able to see that kind of information in the call system. Okay? You can sell them individual landing pages. You can even guarantee a high quality score, because we can piece together the right quality score for each landing page just by dragging and dropping more elements until we hit it. Okay? You can rent them individual landing pages. That means keep the landing pages on your own website, but put their phone number on the pages. Maybe it's easier to see all that kind of thing if you're thinking about it this way. Okay? You can, or even just by seeing it on the site, right? If that's not crazy. I mean, just to see that, right? Just go anywhere, okay? Yeah, I could have different phone numbers for different pages for different cities all across the nation. I could do these runs individually. So what else? Companies could give me money to manage their AdWords campaigns for them using the landing pages I create, and I'm just in charge of making sure that they have the right quality scores as I run these out, okay? Now, what else? You know, and as long as I hit a certain quality score and we're saying the right thing for them, there you go. And notice how all of these are using curiosity based phraseology. Okay, there's a lot of that. Let me go to city links. Let me go to another one. Yep, buying houses, pros buy now. Call us. Doesn't matter what page you go to. We're going to have this kind of a thing happen again. Don't miss out on the best prices. Property in Seattle buying houses. Oh, okay. What do I do? Hit the exact same link. Inherited in Yakima. You can sell that on One at Home. Okay. Everything that needs to be said, it's all there. So no matter how people are searching, Google wants to show it because it's got curiosity-driven headlines. It's wrapped into the page titles. It's wrapped into the meta descriptions. Description, right? Meta description, content, Yakima. Fast sales and fast cash through home sales. We buy unwanted properties. Okay. The title, you can sell that on One at Home in Yakima. Okay. Exactly. That kind of thing is right there. What else? We can run our own AdWords with a forwarding phone number that redirects to them. Okay. And we can collect money by good leads, or we can record the calls and only charge them whenever they actually make a sale and they pay us whatever, like half of the profit or a chunk of it. For anyone who thinks, well, what if they don't pay? The answer is that would be foolish, because as soon as you decide you don't trust them and you decide to make these phone numbers point at their competitor who's willing to pay, they lost. Their competitor won. It's not worth the 1 or 2 sales they got out of it. That's a guarantee. If you do something right for a company and all of a sudden you're getting them some traffic, they suddenly became your best friend. They're not going anywhere and they do not want that relationship to end. What else could we do? We can create expansion projects so they can buy them, or rent the pages to them for each geo-targeted keyword that they want. Okay, that's what you saw in that Timero.com example. All those geo-targeted keywords, therefore, they're getting really good quality scores on each page, and that's exactly what we're doing here. So we can use the URLs to build the ads that we put out in groups, or we can get more specific with the ads to each city. Okay, so that it's clear what's going on in each case, and that will get us really great quality scores. As we run the campaigns, we can refine that list and have really great quality scores. That is the whole point. That's how you get the guy from $30,000 a month down to $15,000 a month, so that his income could triple. Would he be willing to pay you 180 grand a year for that, or 100 grand a year for that? Very possible, right? Some of these guys will work up really lucrative deals with you if you just work for them on their side. What else? You can offer a pitch-in program. Guys can pitch in to rent an ad that you know your landing page that you're going to run out on their behalf, and then they'll drop that keyword on their other ads. That way, instead of competing against each other, These 4 could just go through your one page with a high quality score, and that will lower the link or lower the cost way down. And then you'll round robin the calls to them. So instead of having to pay like, 12 bucks a click, they're back to paying 4 bucks a click going round robin all day. They're happy because instead of paying 12 bucks a click, they're paying 4 bucks a click. Get it? They're still getting basically the same volume because it's going to be round robin through those phone calls. Okay? Believe it or not, that works in the system. You can have the one phone number on the one page like that. And every time somebody calls, it calls the next company over, then the next company over, then the next company over. This is why you would use whatever. You'd use a generic logo. Notice how we don't even mention the company in this entire landing page. That way we don't have to change anything later except for the phone number. Phone number is easy to change. Yeah, Even the color scheme is kind of what I want to put out there, but exactly. There you go. All right, what else? We can create different landing pages and test them against each other and always test the next one against the next one to keep refining and get the better landing page score, the better landing page score. Then what? Run them or sell them, do expansion runs on them, right? You can even call them premium landing pages because they've been tested at a higher score and sold for a higher amount, or run them for a higher amount, or just definitely use them for yourself to get more hits through your own phone number for whoever it is that's benefiting, you or anyone else. Every time you create a landing page, notice how I ran 4,500 out really with no effort on that one page wherever I put the link. Now I don't remember anymore. Okay. Yeah, but what's my real point to that? That the next landing page I run out and then do an expansion run on, that thing can go on another website. Then I can do another one on another website, right? And so then I can use something to backlink the rest, and I can intermingle all the backlinks in the links down below, all right? That's the kind of thing we do for you. It's just easier if we do it for you because we know how. All right, so what else? If we create long form landing pages, make mass variations, you can make huge websites to rent or sell. If you want to rent or sell the entire website or use it yourself with tons of phone numbers across the nation to benefit all the different companies in all the different cities that you want to work with or for. Okay? There's so many things. Okay, having said all that, and by the way, what's the most important thing? Just do some basic runs with your own landing page ideas and put some money behind it to see which ones are getting the best conversions, right? Which ones are getting someone to call on the phone. Well, that's gold. Once you have that figured out, not only can you run or sell a guy a landing page or a stack of landing pages, you can upsell him on a website that's wrapped around the same conversion principles so that his website acts like landing pages. That way he can get lots of organic hits. It's exactly what I was saying right here. I think it's this one. Yeah, look at that. The guy can go from having a lot of AdWords to having as many as he wants because he's getting a lot more organic hits and traffic, and he's getting this for free. Plus that because he's willing to pay for it because he's still making more money. So he's making the most money he can make over here plus the most money he can make over here. Got it? And you can do that for him by creating long form landing pages because they can rank organically. It's the whole thing. They can rank organically because they have so much content on them. All right, so what do you get when we build this project for you? You get the builder. The builder. You get it with over 50 elements to mix and match in any combinations you want. They're going to have unique, high-impact copywriting for all the ATF elements to drive sales, and the rest is related, sensible topic stuff based on exactly your industry. It's all going to matter for your pages. And you're going to get all the city-state information on all the pages so that if you do a search for like Chicago plumber, then Google sees that you are treating Chicago as highly as you are treating plumber. It's not just like a plumber page with Chicago mentioned a few times, but we are talking all about plumber topics and Chicago topics, which is going to make you a better hit for Chicago plumber. so on and so forth. It doesn't matter what the project, if it has anything to do with geography, if it's nationwide or whatever the set of cities, we will make sure to include that stack of cities. Okay. We'll drive fast page speeds and fix all validation errors on each of the elements. So no matter what you mix and match, it's going to score hot fundamentally so that Google's really happy with it. Okay. Project-based schema. I want to talk about something else I didn't even mention was in that page. I'm glad I even thought to check it out again. Take a look at this. Let me come back to this really, really fast. Okay. Take any page from that whole stack. Let me do this again. Master-sitemap.html. Just going to like click any page and then click any page. Do a search. And guess what? Control F, schema. Schema's built in, specific to the operation with the right information for whatever's supposed to be there, complete with aggregate rating information if applicable, when it's going to be open and shut, and so on and so forth. And the schema's been checked to ensure that the schema coding is intact and proper. As a matter of fact, I should be able to do this. Again, it's a first draft. I got to make sure this is true, but I think, okay, there was an error validating your markup. Oh, that's why I did the view source page. New test. I can't do a view source page. Error. Or whatever. Do that. Okay, we got service and real estate agent service. Okay, all this is good. And let's try real estate agent. Oh, I know what that's all about. Okay, 2 warnings down here. One of them is actually up in here, so it would be a double entry to do it again, like telephone, because it's here. It would be a double entry to do it again. It should be there. It's suggesting to add it. It's like, but it is added. Price range does not apply in this case. Okay, so those are 2 warnings, so we can ignore them safely. This is a dummy error. This actually means that this structured data testing tool forces this error. It turns out that this happens every time you do not have a URL called example.com. So no errors. Okay, this is a false read for an error. It is error-free. This is error-free, that's error-free. All that stuff on that page is perfect. Okay, so just so you know, the reality check, it doesn't matter what this tool is saying. The fact of the matter is it's error-free schema. So Bing's going to see that as well as Google and Yahoo and Yandex. So there you go. It's going to be built into the project as well. In other words, we build this up so that you can use it after that pretty much in an unlimited fashion. Okay, it's up to you how many pages you want, how many websites you want. All these things are at the ready. Okay, the only thing that's an optional purchase, it's if you really want to go full scale and do thousands of pages, you need the Moji software again, because this takes an unlicensed Moji license, which is $2,400. It's a second purchase. That's if you want to do that. And if you do, then we can do the whole project for you and give you the Moji license. And you can now make unlimited landing pages of all sizes, shapes, and whatever else you want in your industry easily. We'll give you the training topics so that you understand how to use it. It's not hard because you're going to get the project files, so it's all ready. And all you have to do is fill out some fields in Excel, shut it, and hit the button. And that's it. You'll be able to produce these pages for anyone, anywhere, anytime in the industry of your choice using the most incredible landing page / website builder we've yet put out. This is really something else. I don't know what to say. It's the strongest project ever that we've ever put out. And get it. You're going to be so happy you got it because there's just a ton of ways to make money with it. We're going to interweave your pages with other projects to give them a lot of authority. We're going to constantly be hooking people into what we're doing and helping people understand different ways to make money with each other, because this is just not hard to do anymore. It's absolutely amazing. And like I say, you can walk to any one of these guys and you can offer them a better way to make money, except that do it in your own state. It's amazing how cool it is when you can work with people near you. All right, I hope you found this interesting. I'm going to go ahead and break this off. And yeah, just go to themedhtml.com/ and if you type in LPE, it will take you here. And you can watch this video, read more, get the project down below. Whole project's $24.95. If you want to make a split payment, you can do that. It's a little more expensive that way, but yeah, it's really up to your budget and up to your level of trust. But if you've seen enough to understand what's going on, just get it at $24.95. It'll take us a couple of weeks or so to get this thing finished. We put down 3 to 4 weeks, but we're getting a lot faster now. So you'll get it. We'll have it done for you, and you just have unlimited control in your industry nationwide. It's powerful. All right.